going on to other Premier League news, Thiago Silva, not the guy from the Dave and AJ Tracy song, but the actual Thiago Silva is signed for Chelsea. Now, that's a very interesting transfer, the Thiago Silva Chelsea transfer, because on this podcast, again, a few weeks ago, we do tend to preempt a lot of things, and we said that Chelsea didn't have at that point one world-class defender. Now, it's very 50-50 the split from what I've seen on the Thiago Silva transfer, because a lot of people are like, you know what, he can still do well in the Premier League. He's got a lot to offer that Chelsea team. Other people are like, well, you know, he's a very, very short-term option. And to be honest with you, you would have been better off doing, you know, a transfer for, well, some people are saying a Declan Rice, some are saying a Upamecano. Yeah, Thiago Silva to Chelsea, lads. What are we saying? Do you think that was a worthwhile transfer for Chelsea, or is it kind of, Jim, what's your take?
Yeah, I don't think that was going to happen, Spoon, to be honest. It's not going to happen. No, what I would say, me and Reece, I think we have the opposite opinion. But I think there are only two opinions you can have with Thiago Silva here, and that it's either it's going to go extremely well, and it's going to be looked at as a brilliant transfer, or he's not going to be at the races and it's going to go quite bad, and people are then going to say, told you he was over the hill. Yeah, he's 35. Why did you take a chance on him? I think Reece thinks it's more going to go towards the first option I said, and I think it's more towards the second, really. I do think it's come a bit late in his career. I could very well be proven wrong, but my gut tells me that for someone who's been playing in, have I mentioned the Farmers League before, for so many years, and Reece mentioned about the quality of opposition that Depay was coming up against, I think it's a very similar story in terms of Thiago Silva. The best forwards he comes up against are the ones he trains with every day. So to make that transition to quote-unquote the hardest league in the world in terms of pace, intensity, physicality, I can see him not doing that well against the likes of like your Vardys, your Aubameyangs. I can see him really getting taken apart. However, it is pretty much a free punt, isn't it, at the same time? So totally understand why Chelsea have taken a gamble on this, so to speak, because it represents very little risk to them. So if it doesn't come off, they'll probably just go, well, you know, it was worth a go. And if it does come off, then it's a masterstroke. So
yeah. I kind of agree with you in the sense that it's a free punt, but I think I largely disagree with what you said, because with this transfer, I think, yes, you are right. I do think it is going to go really well. And, you know, I'll outline why in a minute. But even if it doesn't go well on the pitch for Thiago Silva, you know, even if it turns out that he's lost that yard of pace, even if it turns out that, you know, he's not up to the level that he needs to be to play in that role for Chelsea in a side that wants to be challenging, or at least, you know, thereabouts. Even if that doesn't go well, he's been signed for free on a 1-year contract with the potential to extend if he's any good. Yeah, he'll be on decent wages. But like I said, it's a 1-year deal. If it doesn't go well, they can just get rid of him. But that Chelsea side, in order to step up a level, they're going to need leaders. They've got an inexperienced manager. They need somebody who can be a leader in the dressing room, on the training pitch, and also, on the pitch on game day. So they're going to have somebody who can give everyone around them the benefit of their experience, title-winning experience.
They have got that, though, as Azpilicueta, Marcos Alonso, and N'Golo Kante. It's not like they don't have people.
N'Golo Kante is not a leader, and neither is Marcos Alonso. Regardless of their ability, these are not people who will step up. I know Cesar Azpilicueta has been club captain for a while, but he's overseen quite a sharp slide in their standards, and you'd have to say that it hasn't worked out him being club captain. What I would say, this Thiago Silva signing, he will slot straight in. He is a player that has worked his way to the top. He's not somebody who's been bred in an academy of a big club and just found himself in the team some of the top defenders have. He is somebody who worked his way to the top in the Brazilian leagues, and he's won titles in Italy. He's won titles in France. He's been captain of the Brazil national team for about 10 years. He's a top player. So yeah, I do think it's going to go well for him. Is he better than Zuma or Tomori or Christensen? I believe so. He contained Lewandowski in the Champions League final very well. He contained Costa, who's not an easy job in the quarterfinal. Made him look really quiet. So I think he is still up to the job. He's still up to the job. I don't foresee a player like Chris Wood coming to Stamford Bridge and ruining Chelsea anymore. Not if Thiago Silva's marking him. And like I said, if it doesn't go well, they've still got somebody who's a leader on and off the pitch, and who's somebody who their young defenders, they're considerably, numerous young defenders can learn from.